My name is Jose, and today I'm going to be talking about why are professional sports becoming corrupt. And it's like a problem we're seeing every day now. Like, it's just so bad already that in many ways, with every sport we see now, it's all becoming corrupt. It's not like how it used to be. Oh, can you go? So, go ahead. We're going to go based off on this picture first. I want to ask people, what do you see in this picture? And I want to take some ideas. Like, right now, just predict what you see in this picture. And, like, I want you guys to give me your opinion. So I'm going to call, like, 3 people. Go ahead.
I see a soccer ball, is it? And I think that it's a depiction of the guy making money based off the sport he plays.
All right. Jacob.
Is it like is it supposed to represent like how athletes choose money over the sport? Like you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm gonna just keep it in mind until the very end. Go ahead, Javier.
They play intentionally lose the game.
All right. So that's the first ideas you guys have. All right. Just keep in mind after my presentation, I'm gonna go back to this picture and we'll talk about it more. Go ahead. All right. For this second picture, what do you guys see? You see money. You see what else do you guys see? What do you say? You saw drugs. All right. What else do you guys see going into that trophy?
More drugs.
All right. Money. All right. So, all right. Go ahead. So all of this you see here is being tied into my personal story. So when I was a little kid, my dad used to tell me like how sports were played back then. Like he said that it wasn't about wearing the fancy shoes. It wasn't about really winning money. It wasn't really about none of that. Back then it was just more about like actually playing for the love of it. It was actually like giving it all, to have pride, to be one of the best well-known people in your society. And like nowadays, this made me mad because all I hear on TV is now how many people are getting corrupt. For example, they'll know Messi's getting corrupt with tax corruption. Neymar getting corrupt with tax corruption. So many players are getting caught up with tax corruption because they're choosing money, they're trying to corrupt because they think, oh, I'm a soccer player, I can do whatever I want, I'm well known, I can do whatever I want, and it's not right. It really isn't. Alright? And like this really ties to me because I'm really passionate for something. I want to become a professional athlete, but I want to go doing it the core values. I want to start working every day at hard, and this is why it ties to this, because there's so many players who are trying to cheat the system so much. They're trying to use drugs, use sports-enhancing drugs, and like it's not right. It really isn't, because you're cheating. You're not doing it based off you. If you become a professional, you're doing it because you got that special talent. They chose you because you have that special talent. Go ahead. So right here we see 3 pictures. We see the picture of money, steroids, and a Adidas sign. Why are these 3 pictures here? I'll tell you why. Exactly. Here we have the money sign. Why? Because many athletes fall into corruption. Like start thinking about that because of money. Obviously, there's many players who win a lot of money, and like they just think they can do whatever they want. Money. You see steroids, because many players start taking steroids at a young age to get all swole, to get buff, and like that's not right. It really isn't. And then we see Adidas, which is endorsements. Many players also fall into corruption because of endorsements, because they get so much more, either based on their salary and their wage, they still get even more money because of endorsements, and they can end up winning so much, and like it's just bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. So we see here a FIFA sign, go ahead, bids, and the Olympics, and I forgot to put a White Sox sign. So, okay, so I'm going to go based off what do these 3 mean. The Olympics, we all know that the Olympics are this year also in Rio, but the next round of Olympics is going to be in Russia. Based off my research, Russia did corruption. They bought bids to become the host of the 2020 to become the 2018 Olympic 2020 Olympic contenders, and like what it means to buy bids is like to become a contender or host of Olympics, you have to in other words you have to win bids from other countries, like saying like, oh, you're the correct fit for us to host the Olympics, because not only you have to be financially stable, you have to like build new stadiums to host these certain types of events, and it's a lot of money. And what Russia did to host it was buy bids from other countries so they can get the most to host it. Alright, so now we're going to go to the FIFA corruption case. We all know that we had the World Cup passed 2014, 2 years ago. Yeah, we all found out about corruption, like many cases. Many important people from FIFA got brought down. Joseph Blatter, the president of FIFA, was caught up with a lot of things in the inside that many people don't hear about. Like, they corrupted the sport because what he did was keep a lot of money to himself. It was more than $600 million that he kept to himself, which isn't right. And like many other people were involved in it, because to host the World Cup, there's also a lot of things you have to talk to TV companies, and like he did so many things that weren't right to get this corruption. Also, and like what it means by that, you saw how much the money symbol we saw. That represents what Justice Blatter did. He chose money over like doing it the right way, and that's not right. If you're the president of something, you have to do it the right way and not just doing it corrupt. And like lastly, I don't know who here goes for the White Sox. All right, you guys know that they corrupted the World Series also. They did something that wasn't right. They did what's called match fixing, which is like they paid the other team to be able to like win the World Series, and like that just shows that they're not playing by their own energy, their own skill. If you make it that far, it's because you have something special in you. And like, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, so go ahead. So I interviewed 2 people in my community. I interviewed the owner of Chi-Town Football. Me and him are good friends. I asked him certain questions like, when you were little, what made you have faith that you were going to become a professional soccer player, which he did, and he said it was like one of the most successful places in like soccer in Chicago. He told me that when he was little, no matter what, he didn't hear none of this stuff we're hearing now. Like back then, he told me that even if you were bleeding, you would still go on and try to play this game no matter what. And that's what many players forget now. They forget about what are the core values of what it means to become professional, what it means to be a professional athlete. And he told me that now it's mostly focused just on money. Money's the thing that's corrupting many athletes now. And what I asked to the owner of what I also asked to the owner of my little brother's soccer club, he's the president. He told me that when he was little, like they looked up to so many people, and like now many kids don't have those idols to look up to because there's so many of them like doing corruption. They're being corrupt. They're doing things that are not right to play the sport to become better each day. I'll go ahead. So my solution. I'll go ahead. So I have 4 things to talk about for my solution. My solution is that first of all, drug testing. With drug testing, there'll be lower values of players using steroids, using many types of sports enhancing drugs, because that's what many people are starting to use now. A lot of sports enhancing drugs, and like with drug testing, players will be able, many athletes will be able to not be able to corrupt the sport anymore. Like they'll be able to play legally. Also, not overpaying players, because many players are getting way overpaid. They're winning a lot of money. There should be a certain limit they'll be able to overpay, because when players winning more than a lot of money, they do a lot of things, and which ends up them doing illegal actions. Also, the last thing is endorsements. Like there's many players who have many deals with Nike, many deals with a lot of companies, and I said they should be only limited to 2, because why? Because that means they won't be winning exceeding more money, and like people know with money. When people have a lot of money, they get mad with money. And lastly, there should be an agency that gets all the reports about from all the federations, from FIFA, from the NBA, from all of them, all reports about money, like how much this one, so no presidents can be corrupting. So that's pretty much it about my SRP, guys. I hope you like it. Yeah.